Thanks, Michelle. Oh my God, there's so many people in this room who have done such incredible work already. So you don't need me to tell you what the problem is, right? I always feel like Sisyphus and Cassandra combined. Because literally it was in 2016 in Mountain View where I said, I think there was someone here who was there. And I said, what is happening to us is coming for you. I joked, John Stewart, I said, I can't decide what to call this movement. Is it an information Armageddon or is it an information apocalypse? I'm an optimist, so I chose Armageddon. Because that means apocalypse, the battle is over. But if it's an Armageddon, information Armageddon, then we know this is the moment to jump in. That's it, right? So the three battles. The battle for truth, which is the battle for facts. Nina, Imran, the battle for facts, the battle. My ex-boss is also here, it's CNN. He gave me the Jakarta bureau chief and the Manila bureau chief. So there's lots of folks here. Anyway, so the battle for facts and truth, that's the very first one. And every tech, from generative AI to the social media, the huge rollout of artificial intelligence, it actually works against facts. So you gotta ask why power and profit do not want facts. Well, part of it is because it's costly. We journalists know it's costly to have those facts. The second, so the battle for facts, the battle for truth, they're connected. The second is, guys, the battle for agency. Information operations, information warfare, on social media first, right? And now it's going to be generative AI. We're seeing it. Cory Doctorow called it the enshittification of the internet. We are living through it. And the structure, the infrastructure of the internet is changing in front of our eyes right now. You heard from Nishan what it's doing to news. I'm going to give you one start fact. Given the trends that we are seeing right now and how much advertising has shifted to big tech, 6 to 8 months for small and medium-sized news organizations. If nothing changes in those trends, we will die. 6 to 8 months. That is the runway, right? So, but that's not the battle for facts. The battle for agency. When you are bombarded with hate, when you are bombarded with anger, when you are pumped full of toxic sludge, you become angry, you become hateful. The tech went into hacked our biology, changed the way we feel, exploited the way we feel, the thinking fast part, to change the way we see the world, the way we act, the way we vote. If you really look at the data, even in the United States, right, 2016 to today, the first country that actually took action for electoral integrity is Romania. And they elected a math whiz right after. So that's the second, the battle for agency. Do we have agency? I actually believe we don't. And I can prove that to you in data. And the last one is, and this is what you're here for, it's the battle for the future. Because the machines are out, and I won't say Terminator, but the machines are out. So will generative AI, will all the massive investments in large language models, will that rule us, or will humanity stand a chance? Will the best of who we are survive? I think that's great. So I have this great, because Annalena Baerbock, the former Foreign Minister of Germany, is now the president of the General Assembly of this UN. She had 4 women open the General Assembly. That was actually pretty cool. But so I gave you the problems with 3 solutions. Here are 3 solutions, and I know you will find more in each of your working groups. I cannot wait to hear them, but whatever it is, we gotta stop talking and we gotta start acting, right? In Indonesia, we have this phrase, NATO. Not NATO, NATO. No action talk only. We gotta get out of NATO. So the 3 solutions. The first is to end big tech. Not big tech, but impunity. End big tech impunity. And we have to do that in many different ways. I mean, again, I'm looking at Imran. We need these binding agreements globally. I made this case at the opening of the UN. There are certain countries now that believe this, that feel this, but my gosh, impunity is what we are fighting globally, right? And the impunity of nations, of Putin, of Netanyahu, of Sudan, of Myanmar, that impunity is mirrored in the impunity in the virtual world of tech. And if you look at their tactics, they're identical. So we have to end impunity. Yesterday, there was a meeting of about 20 heads of states at the UN, led by Brazil and Chile, Latin America. It's called Democracia Siempre. And I hope to bring Southeast Asia in soon, but information integrity is one of their key goals, democracy and sustainable development, right? So the second is this we don't talk about enough, and please think this through. What are the alternative infrastructures, the architectural infrastructures for the virtual world that protects trust? There is no country that has built public interest tech. And your eyes will not glaze over when I say that, but every time I say that in a large group, I say, what is public interest tech? Well, every tech that now distributes information to each of us is profit-driven, and they exploit our vulnerabilities, our biologies. So public interest tech, and there's a lot of stuff, and if you know, we've experimented with this in Rockford, because when you're in the trenches, you can't just give up, you keep moving. The third, and this is the very last one, and I hope you come up with solutions for this, create global and invest in comprehensive solutions. It can't just be for social media. It can't just be for journalism. It can't just be for climate change. This is all connected. I'm getting hyper because I'm exhausted. This is it. The comprehensive solutions are what we need, and we got to move out of NATO. And this is the moment. If we don't, you're already seeing what's happening in the United States. The U.S. falls into fascism. The world. How do we stand up? But I will say, as Nishant said, the way you get through this moment is step by step, according to your values, not caring what will happen, but moving forward. Please find solutions. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Maria, for those remarks to kick us off. What a great start. I'm going